Good evening, good afternoon, and good welcome, everyone. We have ourselves a game here against Ray Sabs from America, and we're going to unleash the Kennedy Linkspringer variation on him. It's going to be quite a shocker. Quite a shocker. We're definitely tempted to drop the knight in there, but he's already played this move, which is peculiar. Peculiar. I'm going to just make him do something funny. Yeah. At this point, I'm basically trying to say that I know what I'm doing, which is not necessarily the truth. It's not necessarily the truth. And maybe it backfired. Yeah, maybe it backfired, but I think I can handle it. I can handle it. This is such a robust setup in many ways that you can dance around, play the fool, and it'll still be okay. It's a robust architecture. If you think about it in like IT terminology, this is like a scalable architecture. You can you know add more worker nodes, flexibly change the IPs, elastic IP addresses, the nights, um, and a good firewall, good safety net for just prevent any DDoS attacks. Uh, but it does remain somewhat susceptible to a cyber threat. Yeah, that's what this is. It's a cyber threat. It's a full-fledged attack. Now we're in full-fledged attack. I think we've got to go to uh, a poor man's architecture, but it works. Not necessarily the most modern, robust architecture, but something which works for pretty long. Works pretty well for pretty long before it finally maybe doesn't. Okay, okay. So far so good, and we've got the key squares here covered. And the knight hop in here remains what has to be a. Hey man, I had this. God damn it, I missed my chance here against Ray Sabs. I'm gonna live to regret that for sure. But he's under too much pressure anyway. There's just way too much pressure here. Yeah. Let's clip him off. Let's do it simple. Let's not. Hey, wait a minute. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, now we've got to punish him a different way then. We gotta kill this or we fork him and then kill it. What do we do? Do we just take the extra material? No. We gotta do the fork. Fork and kill, and he kills it back this way. So this remains pretty solid. This threat is on the cards, and this bishop is a bad bishop. So how do we handle this? What can his plans be? What are our plans? We don't want to end up mated all of a sudden. That's what we don't want. But I don't think it can happen. He can't really come here or here so easily. So we should be fine. But he's thinking, he's fishing around. Let's be patient. Let's be patient here. Wow. Okay, he went all out. He went all out. And we're going to have to try to prove to him that that's not correct. Let's take our time here. 2.5 minutes left. Plenty of time to get this one right. Yeah, I'm in favor of this move. I don't think he can play this yet because we capture with check as well. So he's going to have to resort to a check, and that gives us this square here and this potential counter blow there. And if not, then we could just take and claim that that's enough. We can take and claim that it's enough, I think. It is enough, I mean. In theory, it ought to be. It's just the jitters of a 2200 level player. That's the only thing, the only question mark here. Okay, so he is mounting a pretty strong fight back. And the position is quite vulnerable at the moment. But we have some time to do some thinking and planning and try to figure this one out. Okay, let's try to figure this one out. Okay, so we could try this trick. And it actually is pretty strong. Maybe I should have done rook check first. Because the point with this is queen check comes here, and we queen check here, and he kills back. Yeah, let's make sure the queens get off the board. I think after that we're very safe at this point. If the queens get off the board, there's very little he can do. I'm quite certain. And in fact, we could have taken it there already. No, we couldn't. The knight was under attack. The queen was under attack. Forcing the queens off should save the day. But it was a good fight, and we probably didn't defend it right. He just threw everything at us. We're now both down to the final 1 minute. Not many pieces left on the board, but enough that it could still end up being a time-based finish if we fall asleep. But I don't think so now. I mean, he's spent so much time on this move that the game's already over now. Even if he plays all the right moves, there's no way he can win this anymore because he's just spent all his time in daydreaming. And that's a shame. But did he get some amazing move here? I don't even know. But he spent so much time with it that, of course, we can't give him material, but I don't think there's any finish. This bishop is handling the knight very well, so there's no trickery. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he overinvested in that thinking at the end, but maybe he already saw it was a done deal otherwise. How do we call it? We did mess it up just towards the end, but otherwise we had the game under control for the most part. Yeah, some weird moves here. So it went better for black, for white, I mean. But as I said, black has a scalable architecture in this kind of configuration, and it's difficult to really break it down. You see, it's totally even at this point, even though it looks so weird. It's pretty even. But this was the poor man's defense, which was a bad move, as we all knew. But the problem is hard to understand exactly why. I guess he can't really do much. If he takes here and we take back, it's pretty solid. And the knight coming here helps with this square control, I suppose. So that's the key idea there. But wow, imagine a6 is the best move here. That's how strong this is, in a way. Okay. But we get into this situation, and I felt fairly okay, fairly comfortable at this point because I thought it's under control. But he has to find the really, really good moves, and he does actually find some pretty good moves. But he makes the intermezzo trickery that is a bit too clever for its own good. And even we both played badly. Let's just put it frankly. According to AI, we both played the tactics here totally wrong. But what can you do? And this was a waft, a wild waft at the end. And that was a great defensive move. Rook f7. It makes way for the bishop back here. It also makes way for the rook in here. A multi-purpose move, and also defending against the key square. This was not as optimal, okay. Yeah, so he still gets this pretty lovely looking double pawn situation, and it's definitely problematic, but black is ahead. Black is ahead. There's no doubt about it. Black is ahead. Just has to not be anything stupid. Not do anything stupid. And that was stupid. We should have just taken it, apparently. What? Just taken it and stay defending. I mean, this is totally winning. I know that much, but it felt like it's not as forceful as the other approach, which I thought keeping the bishop alive and doubting the strength of these pawns was a better way to go. But it turns out that wasn't. Okay, now he had a move here. He had a critical move here, which he didn't spot. I spotted it later. You know, he takes checks, queen checks, he trades the queens, and he wins the rook. This is not so straightforward at this point. This can go either way. But it's still, I still feel pretty good about it with black, to be honest. Anyway, we ended up in this position and he resigned. All right, thank you for watching.